right. So athletes dealing with pain. Let's get right into this thing here because there's a lot of questions that I have for you um, that pertain to athletics and to rehabilitation, injuries, but athletes dealing with pain and coming back from that pain. And I think that you don't have to necessarily be an athlete to be experiencing pain as you get older, pain in your joints, pain in your muscles. If you go work out, do any type of fitness, you are going to have some pain in your joints. How do you deal with that pain and still try and progress and to do physical activities that help your overall quality of life?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. And I think anybody that's played a sport, either recreationally at a more serious level, eventually you know that injury and pain is just part of athletics, right? They go hand in hand. We do as much as we can to help prevent that through rest, through strengthening, through appropriate intervals of cross training, whether it be playing a different sport or just making sure that you have some sort of an off season. But I always tell athletes, and the reason we see so many injuries at the professional level is the more force you produce, the more power you produce, the more likely you are to get hurt. It's why we see so many ligament tears and UCL tears in the MLB. It's why we still see so many shoulder injuries in college softball. It doesn't, just because you're a great athlete, it does not excuse you from having and dealing with injuries or pain. It's just part of the game. Now, the question of how do we go about dealing with that is obviously multifaceted, and we can get into so many different prongs there. But I think the first thing, first and foremost, is to understand your body. I always tell that to people. Understand the difference between soreness, between what you're dealing with. Is this something I need to get addressed? Is this something I can take a few days off? I think, we can go through a few of the maybe red flags that I see that I tell people to be aware of when you're dealing with pain, and when you know that this is something that maybe will pass, or if it's something that you have to get addressed by a professional.